Hey, it's me, Kathy, and I was poking around in the freezer the other day and I found a block of prosciutto, and I didn't even realize it was way in the back. And I have a new meat slicer, as maybe you've seen in some of my other recent videos, but I thought I could slice it up and make something out of it. And also in my freezer, like I always have, is some puff pastry, and I had some arugula left over from a dish that I made recently, and some dried cranberries in my pantry, and some goat cheese. And we are gonna do prosciutto, arugula, and cranberry and goat cheese pinwheels. And let's do it. And sorry I can't talk, but we'll get on it. I have a dressing that I want to make to use on our arugula layer in our pinwheels, and I'm gonna make the dressing in a jar. Our cute little Charlie Brown jar. First thing that's going in is some white balsamic vinegar. Balsamic vinegar goes very nicely with arugula and all that. So in we go. That'll be a nice tang and a little bit sweet. Next thing that's going in is a little sprinkle of thyme, some salt and pepper. I like to emulsify my salad dressings with a little bit of Dijon mustard. And a little bit of honey. Don't hurry up, because you're taking too long. Okay. That should be good. Okay, we're gonna shake up our ingredients, incorporate them well. Smells fantastic. Now, in goes, I'm using roasted garlic oil for this. So in we go. That should be good. Now we're gonna shake it up again. Really well to incorporate that oil and vinegar and seasoning. As you can see, it's well blended and nicely emulsified. And let's give it a little, oh, it's so good. We're gonna roll out our puff pastry sheet. And the package, as you probably know, contains 2 sheets, and based on the amount of ingredients I have, we're probably only gonna need 1. So you wanna pinch those seams together. And we're gonna roll it a little bit to stretch it out. Here we are, rolled out nice and evenly, pretty evenly. But puff pastry is easy to work with, so we can do that. First thing that's going on is a layer of crumbled goat cheese. Spread that evenly all the way around. This is our sliced up prosciutto. My home slicer didn't do a terrific job, so I took any of the thicker slices and cut them into strips. But, you know, didn't come out so bad. We're going to distribute our slices all the way around. Oven's ready, 400 degrees. And we are almost ready too. Our prosciutto is on. It was just the right amount. And now to the next step. We're going to add some of our white balsamic dressing to our arugula. And let's see if that's enough. Toss it up. Gonna give it a nice tangy flavor. And now our arugula layer goes on. Okay, make sure it's spread out evenly. Okay, fun stuff. Here comes our dried cranberries. Tangy, salty, sweet, creamy. That's what this thing is going to taste like. And I think that is plenty of those. Spread them around to make them even. And because I like stuff like this cheesy, I'm going to give another little sprinkle of goat cheese. We can get it out of the container. I think that'll be good. Now it's time for us to roll this baby up. You want to tuck in while you go. Roll and tuck and press. And make sure the ends come too. Come on, babies. And now that we've gotten to the edge of this, to help seal it up, I've beaten a couple of eggs. And we're just going to lightly go. It's going to help it stay closed on its end. Now we're going to finish rolling it. We're rolled. I haven't turned it seam side down yet, but these ends we're just going to pinch. Pull the dough out just a little bit. All right, we're all pinched up. Now it's time to transfer this to a baking sheet. Okay, I've turned it over to be seam side down and squished in the edges and formed it into a nice log shape. And we got our baking pan ready. And with a serrated knife, we're gonna cut these into, gotta hold it together. That prosciutto is not gonna cut very easily. And transfer our pinwheels to our baking sheet. Press it down, form it around. You can't see me from there. But that's what we look like on the sheet. And let's hope for the best with the rest of these. Okay, we're gonna brush up the sides all the way around. And just tap the top. Looks like this is a two-handed operation. And in the meanwhile, some of our goat cheese is getting into our egg mix, but that's okay. Tap, 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 just to cover that edge. And we'll finish them up. All egg washed up and kind of messy, but we can just pick that egg wash off after it's baked. And these are going in the oven for about 15 to 20 minutes. Our prosciutto, arugula, and goat cheese pinwheels are out of the oven. Looking fab. I don't think I can pick them up like that, but I can do it this way. There's a close-up. And they smell fantastic. I'm gonna have to let them cool down a little bit before we take a bite, but we can get them plated up. Here they are on one of my favorite appetizer plates. And looking yummy, smelling yummy. Still too hot to take a bite though. Thank you for joining me while I played with my leftover and on-hand ingredients. Here's what we look like on the inside. Green and creamy and cheesy, all kinds of stuff. And I'm not taking a bite because it's too hot and too messy. But there we have them. Arugula, prosciutto, and goat cheese pinwheels. Okay, so I did take a bite and they are yummy. We'll see you again soon for another play day.